everybody, it's me, the real KBC, and today I actually want to talk about cartoon marketing. Now, cartoon marketing is very interesting, but it's also very tricky because one wrong move could ensure that your show basically is dead on arrival. So, let's get into it. Cartoon marketing. One of the most important things with marketing a cartoon is that you have to know your core audience and what they're interested in. Um, this is why demographics are so important. You gotta know your demographic. You gotta understand your demographic, right? Give them what they want. Now, of course, there are different types of cartoons, and not all of them are the same. Again, this is why demographics are important. This is why knowing your audience is very important. Please keep this in mind. Also, if you have an interesting idea for your cartoon show, um, I think I think this is also incredibly important, but that goes without saying. But anyways, yeah, if you have an interesting idea for your cartoon show, then show it off. You don't have to show everything. Just, I don't know, show some early concepts. Do a short, right? Like do a short, or heck, even do a pilot episode. There have been a bunch of cartoons that made pilot episodes. Most of them don't end up getting picked up, and a couple of them actually do end up getting picked up. But pilot episodes are definitely one of the best ways to test out a cartoon. Maybe the network will pick it up. It really does depend. It really depends on how many people like it and how good they think it looks. Also, how expensive they think it will be to produce. This is also important to remember. Because whenever you market a cartoon, you usually have to pump a good amount of money into it, obviously. And if the show ends up to be a complete and total failure, then the network just wasted a bunch of their money on a cartoon that has made them look bad. And chances are the writers don't look that good either. So, yeah, actually, I would argue that no one really looks good in that situation. Oh well. Anyway, the point is that you want as many eyes on your cartoon as much as possible. You want a lot of people to watch your show and to buy merchandise of it, and so on and so forth. At some point in the future, maybe it'll get a video game, right? Though that also depends on how successful it is. Maybe it'll get multiple video games on different platforms. Maybe it'll get a movie. Maybe it'll get a sequel series. Who really knows? Again, it all depends on how successful it is. Not even just financially, but critically, right? Like, if a show gets really bad reviews, then a lot of people are gonna be inclined to not watch it. However, if a show actually does get decent slash good reviews, then a good amount of people will check it out. Um, so yeah, obviously there are many different ways for a cartoon to both succeed and fail. So yeah, one of them is financially. Another one of them is not producing enough merchandise or toys. Um, and this all comes down to the marketing. Right. If you don't market your show very well, then chances are it may just end up failing. Um, actually, actually, no. Yeah, I was about to say. I was about to say, honestly, there's still a chance that it won't, but there is a bigger chance that it will. But yeah, sure, there's still a chance that your show could rise from the ashes and get a decent fan base for itself and get enough people watching. Not even on the network itself, but on the internet as well. Then you have people on social media talking about it. Also, in this day and age, um, you definitely want people on social media talking about your show, but obviously you want people talking about your show for good reasons, not for bad reasons. It can't get into any controversies. Not a single one, because that could destroy your show. I'm not exaggerating when I say that. Just one controversy could possibly destroy your show. That's another way your show could fail due to outside factors. This is another thing that people need to take into account when marketing really anything, of course. So, yeah, this is another important thing to keep in mind. Outside factors will always come out of nowhere, and sometimes they will benefit you, sometimes they will hinder you. It all depends. You can't really prepare for outside factors because they usually come out of nowhere. However, you can always do your best to prepare for outside factors, but at the same time, don't just prepare for outside factors just out of random happenstance, just because you have a hunch. Um, Maybe get some extra evidence, right? Get a second opinion, a third opinion, even. Um, but yeah, and then you can prepare for outside factors if you really need to, of course. But yeah. Anyway, the point is that marketing your cartoon is incredibly important. Heck, not even just to not even just to one audience, but to multiple audiences. If your show can actually reach more than one or even two audiences, right, or heck, even three or four audiences, then yeah, at that point your show is a pretty big hit, right? Like tons of people are watching it, tons of people are enjoying it, tons of people are buying the merch. It's getting its own movie or movies. It's getting a ton of good reviews, and so many people are watching it. It's gone viral on the internet multiple times over. But of course, that type of success is very rare. So, um, yeah, don't psych yourself up and don't hype yourself up for disappointment. Don't go in thinking that your show is gonna be the greatest of all time, but also don't go in thinking that your show is just gonna immediately bomb, right?